I've got some niche upgrades or some cheaper alternatives, depending on what you want. Hey fragrance family, I'm David and I'm a fragrance bro. Of course, your best source for everything fragrance related. Today I have a video that is kind of one side or the other. I'm not sure which, but you can take it as you will. Now you may be out there and you might want a cheaper alternative to some of the niche fragrances out there. So if you're looking for that, you can try the cheaper alternative. But maybe you're out there and you like the niche style of perfumery, you have a little bit of extra spending money, and you like maybe a niche upgrade to some of your favorite designers out there. You can use that for this too. Some of these are gonna be very obvious to some of you who have been in the fragrance game for a long time. You know about some of these clones already, some of you might not, but either way, I think it's a good opportunity to find some fragrances that you might want to save money on or upgrade. All right, so let's start with some of the obvious ones first. The first pair that I like to recommend is Jean Paul Gaultier's Le Male and Amouage's Reflection Man. Le Male, of course, is a classic barbershop style fragrance with lavender and mint. Reflection Man is similar to Le Male. I think it's a little bit more beefy, and it is definitely more expensive, and it smells more expensive. The price points of both of these is stark. Reflection Man comes in at 10 times the price easily. So there's a lot of difference there, but there's a lot of difference in the quality too. While these aren't exactly the same, they're not exactly clones of each other, you can definitely see similarities there, and if you want one or the other, you'll definitely get a similar feel there. Next is Cool Water by Davidoff and Green Irish Tweed by Creed. Of course, I had to mention this one. I love both of these fragrances. I am in love with Green Irish Tweed, as many of you know. It's one of my favorite fragrances of all time. And I do actually really like Cool Water. Both of these fragrances are green and fresh and full and are very, very pleasant. And they're definitely both worth owning. Both of them are very, very similar. I would say that Cool Water contains about 70% of Green Irish Tweed for a much cheaper cost. But Green Irish Tweed has a little bit more going on that makes it a little bit better of a fragrance. But you have to decide if you want to spend a lot more money to get a little bit more, or if you're satisfied with spending less for something that is kind of just a shell of the more expensive one. They both have the pros and cons. Choose wisely. Next is Yoyo Ohm and Original Santal. And I'll also add Mont Blanc Individual in there as well, along with the designer side. Many people are familiar with Yoyo Ohm. I remember someone that I used to work with who wore Yoyo Ohm all the time, and he rocked it. It smelled great on him. But it often gets compared to Original Santal by Creed. Now, Original Santal and Yoyo Ohm are very spicy with cinnamon. Original Santal has sandalwood and vanilla and a musky overtone, as well as a little bit of juniper at the top. And of course, I also added Mont Blanc Individual in there as well, especially on the designer side, because it smells a lot like it. Like 90% of Original Santal is in Mont Blanc. Some have said that Original Santal copied Mont Blanc. I'm not really sure. It doesn't really matter to me. I think that Original Santal is slightly better, but it's a lot more. Mont Blanc Individual you can find for around 30 bucks, Yoyo Ohm even less. All of them are pretty good. Though I haven't worn Yoyo Ohm in a long time, I can definitely vouch for Mont Blanc Individual and Original Santal as definitely being worth it. Next is Polo Green and Tom Ford Italian Cypress. Tom Ford's Italian Cypress is not easy to find all the time. It was one of the original private blend fragrances in his line. It was retired, and then sometimes it gets brought back out. So you kind of just have to see if you can find it. Polo Green is a classic masculine green scent that smells like conifers and fougere and really just a dense green scent. It's one of those iconic masculine scents. Italian Cypress just does it a little bit better. Polo Green can sometimes seem watered down. Italian Cypress doesn't. Italian Cypress seems like it's more woody at times. It has some cinnamon to it. And they're both very, very woody, dry, coniferous type of scents. But Italian Cypress just has something special there, but at a steep cost. If you found that you really liked Italian Cypress but you couldn't find it anywhere, definitely check out Polo Green as an alternative. If you like Polo Green but you want something more, definitely see if you can find Italian Cypress. It's a lot more money, but I think it's a good upgrade to the original Polo Green. Next is La Nuit de l'Homme by YSL and Tom Ford Noir Extreme. Now, this one is not necessarily a wide discrepancy in price here. You can find both of these for a reasonable amount of money, though YSL is going to be a lot less. But the reason that I add this is because a lot of people complain about La Nuit de l'Homme being reformulated and being watered down, being only a shell of what it used to be. And that might be so. I don't keep up with reformulation, so I don't really know personally. I have La Nuit de l'Homme and I'm fine with it. But Tom Ford Noir Extreme is a top tier designer fragrance. And it's in that top tier category, about $100 or so. But it smells a lot like La Nuit de l'Homme, but just with a little bit of extra sweet elements on top. Whereas I think that YSL La Nuit de l'Homme goes more into the vetiver category with some cardamom in there. Tom Ford Noir Extreme goes a little bit more into the gourmand category, just tipping its toe in there with a note of kulfi, which is an Indian dessert. And it's fantastic, fantastic. And it is really, really strong. So if you're looking for an upgrade to La Nuit de l'Homme, check out Noir Extreme. Next is Armani Code by Armani and Effing Fabulous by Tom Ford Private Blend. Now I'm not saying the name because I don't like to have profanity on this channel, but Effing Fabulous is one of the newer fragrances by Tom Ford, and it's very, very good. And although it's not exactly like Armani Code, there is some similarity there in that it has kind of like that sweet lavender type of quality, but it's a lot stronger. It's not as spicy as well. Armani Code, classic kind of black suit type of fragrance, and some people really like it and some people don't. I don't love it, but I think it's okay. And I remember it being a lot better when I first tried it years and years ago. When I reviewed it some time ago, I felt that it was watered down from its original state. So I'm not really sure what happened, but Effing Fabulous kind of takes what I remembered it being and amps it up. There's a little bit of a plasticky, rubbery type of quality, type of smell that I get in Effing Fabulous, but that's what I really like about it. Another good niche alternative to this is Foro Noir by Serge Lutens, which is in that same category with almond and lavender and some other things in there as well. But definitely check both of those out if you like Armani Code. And if you're looking for a cheaper alternative to Effing Fabulous, definitely check out Armani Code. We'll do another Armani now. We'll do Armani Acqua di Gio and Imaginary Authors Every Storm a Serenade. Again, not clones here, but these are definitely cut from the same cloth, I think. Acqua di Gio has been one of the best selling men's fragrances in the last couple of decades. It's been a great mega hit for Armani. And it was very good when it came out. Recently, I'm sure it's been watered down and changed some, and they have a lot of different flankers of that of the Acqua di Gio line, which some have been good and some haven't. But Every Storm a Serenade by Imaginary Authors takes everything that you liked about that kind of salty, wispy type of smell and just crunches it down into like this dense, woody, salty fragrance that is great. There's eucalyptus in there, there's some coniferous notes, and obviously salty notes in there. And it's not the same as Acqua di Gio, but it's close enough that it's a great upgrade if you're looking for that. Also, what's great about Imaginary Authors is that they're reasonably priced, around the $100 mark for a 50 ml. So you're not gonna break the bank if you wanna upgrade from Acqua di Gio. With that, I'd like to thank my sponsor, Fragrance X. Fragrance X is an online retailer that sells thousands of legitimate fragrances for a discounted price. Many of these scents are on Fragrance X's website, so definitely check them out. I'll have a link down below to them as well as a coupon. And I'll end the video on that note. I have many more suggestions to come, and I'll have those on future videos, so stay tuned for that. Let me know what you think of these pairs down below. Do you like them, love them, hate them? Let me know. What's your favorite pair? What's your favorite cheaper alternative or niche upgrade? Let me know down in the comments down below. And of course, if you haven't already, please like and subscribe down below. I'll love you for it. I'll see you next time. I'm David with the Fragrance Bros. Bye. Thanks everyone for watching. If you like this video, don't forget to check out my other channel, Beast Made Reviews, where me and a friend review high quality products for men. You might like it. Go check it out.